Newcastle is famous for some of its superb historic buildings, most of them the work of just one man, and many are now enjoying a new lease on life.
Long before Lieutenant Shortland sighted her, the hunter lay here beautiful, naked and unspoilt. European settlement hasn't always considered the environment. Newcastle struggles with a bit of a reputation as an ugly duckling. The locals love it better for its hidden charms and working town honesty. But we also need artists and architects for inspired designs and statements to stamp our success on a beautiful landscape. In a short period from 1882 till 1904, one man, through his vision, searched for the swan hiding in the duckling. He was an architect, Frederick Menkens. Menkens came out from Germany. After a long journey, he recognised the potential of Newcastle and settled here. As it was reported in the Newcastle Herald of the Times, coal is king here, and its sway will never slacken. But in the industrial necessity of its warehouses, Menkens pictured something grander. He granted his noble neo-Renaissance facades the richness of his romantic vision. In his decorative period, he gave us the Gothic beauty of St. Andrew's Church, the Baptist Tabernacle, Lance Villa, Earp Gillam Bond Store, and the extraordinary Baroque form of Wood's Chambers. Before embarking on his next great period, he went to jail.
You'd wonder why such a conventional character as Menkens went to jail. You'd never think what it was, but the story is that Menkens was called in to work on Jesmond House. The house was already there, but he had to put a tower on it for the wealthy Woods family, something they could look out to sea from. And he drew the plans, had the work constructed by a Sydney builder. And this guy was asked by Menkens, or directed by Menkens as the architect, to put a lightning conductor of a particular design on Jesmond House Tower. He specified a platinum lightning conductor. No doubt that was the latest and the best. The builder thought otherwise. He put a silver one on. And when Menkens found out, he said some very rude things about this particular builder, who sued and won a small action against Menkens. Menkens was faced with paying a fine to this man, who he no doubt now despised. Rather than do that, he went to jail for a year. Now, that was an incredible thing to do on a matter of principle, but Menkens obviously was a true German and determined not to be beaten by any Sydney builder.
That year in prison gave Frederick little to do but to reflect and change. On his coming out, he went straight for a big night out at the Great Northern, celebrated with a drink, and embarked on his new period. He was awarded commissions that brought us the Frederick Ash Building and the superb Cohen's Warehouse in Bolton Street. It seems that during his imprisonment, he had transformed and simplified, gone with the vestiges and shackles of classicism. By 1904, Menkens was winding down. Amongst his last works, the 4 elegant timber homes known as the Boltons. Most of us will work in Newcastle for many of our years. Few of us will manage to leave a lasting impact on the face of the city. A personal picture of the man might be coloured by a more mixed palette. Notoriety as a gambler, eccentricity as a loner whose dog Mick was his only friend, piety and sincerity in his work for the church, and the improprieties of a heavy drinker who died of cirrhosis of the liver, an idealist whose stubborn nobility sought perfection. When Menkens built something, it was built right, even if it took you to jail. The architect Frederick Menkens. Very human, very remarkable.